Whoa. Whoa, he saw it. Oh my God, he crushed it. Crushed it. It's a nice peacock too. Man. Look at that one. That's a nice one. Welcome to another episode of Bassing with Captain Lou. Guys, I know I've been off camera for a while. I've actually been busy. Thanks for you guys. I appreciate all the guide trips that have been booked because of my social media and my videos. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. So I'm back on the water. The peacock bass bite is hot right now in the Everglades, and I'm capitalizing on that. I got a couple of guide trips coming up, and guess what fish the people want to target? They want to target peacocks, but they want to target peacock bass on an artificial bite. So what better way to catch peacocks on artificials than topwater? So stick around. It's going to be a crazy day. Hope I teach you guys a few things. Stay tuned. That was a good strike. That was a good strike. That was a hell of a strike right there. Holy smokes. What in the world was that? That was a nice peacock right there, folks. Nice peacock. Slam that spook bait. I have a trip coming up in the next couple of days, so I'm doing some scouting. Trying to find some low traffic areas. There's a lot of hot spots right now in the glades. And I'm just trying to find areas that doesn't have that many crowds, but that's a great way to start the morning with a bite like that. So what I start doing is I start breaking down the water column. I love topwater, so I start fishing topwater and try to establish the fish's mood. Do they want a walking bait? Do they want a prop bait? Do they want, something suspended, a jerk bait? So I have to do trial and error until I could dial in that bite. Next, I'll just go to the middle of the water column, see if they want something moving or see if they want something jerked and suspended in the middle, and then ultimately the bottom. But the key thing also, so you don't frustrate yourself, is you have to identify what species you want to go after. So out here in the Everglades, for example, you could go after largemouth bass and you could go after peacock. Those are our trophy catches out here, or the trophy fish that we go after. Yes, there's Oscars and Mayan cichlids and gar and bowfin and all those other fish, but if you're targeting peacock bass and largemouth bass, your approach just has to be a little bit differently. And that's what I'm doing right now, so stick around and let's see what I can do. So I want to bypass the little bite and I want to bypass Oscar, so I'm throwing bigger baits. So right now I'm throwing a big spook bait, and as you guys saw earlier, I did catch a decent peacock with it. It's a big profile, noisy bait. So bigger fish will be attracted to it. But I also bypass a lot of the smaller fish by using that bigger bait. So I'm fishing this dual pitch, and I'm trying to get the cast as close as I can to the lily pads and working it parallel to the bank, and stuff is starting to come out for it. I don't know if it's bass yet, or peacocks, or gars, or a host of other stuff that lives here, but I can tell you that I'm ruling out a lot of fish by utilizing this bigger bait, or this bigger lure rather. So I start with a casual pace. I'll probably walk it for 10 and pause to see what's going on. I'm seeing a lot of fish swim out, but nothing's taking it. So I'll start varying my retrieve. I'll go faster and pause, or go really, really fast and pause. So I'm gonna vary my retrieve a little bit to see what the fish want. Regardless of the topwater lure you may be using, pay careful attention to where the strikes are happening, or when the strikes are occurring. Sometimes blow-ups are very sudden, and what that tells me is that the fish are coming from the depths and blowing up on it. Or you'll see these giant wakes swim from the bank and head towards the lure, which tells me that the fish are staging or are holding up along the banks. And then I'm able to fine-tune my casting to target those open water fish or those fish that are hugging the bank. So after about 15-20 minutes, if the lure's not working, at that moment, I'll put it away and try something else. I'm not gonna force the bait. I'm not gonna force the lure. I know it's an awesome lure. You get a very good explosive bite from it. But again, remember, I'm scouting. I'm looking to see what patterns may work. I know that the pattern may not work in the next couple of days, but it gives me an indicator what the mood of the fish are. And I might come back to this, who knows? Let's see what happens now. There's a couple of reasons why I like prop baits. One is because of the disturbance that it causes in the water. It makes a very loud buzzing sound. It's very erratic. It calls fish from a very long distance. But the secondary thing I love about prop baits is that this prop, when it's in the water, after you jerk it, the prop still spins a little bit and it emits those reflections. And that little extra movement sometimes causes that secondary blow up when the lure is just sitting still. Oh, that's a nice peacock. Did you guys see that? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. That's a nice freaking fish right there, folks. That is a nice peacock right there. Woo! That's a nice peacock right here. This is a nice one right here. Something I want to share. Once you narrow down the lure and once you narrow down the cadence and how to work the bait, the hook set is one of the primary things that you got to keep in mind when fishing for peacocks and treble baits. Yes, it's exciting seeing a beautiful tropical fish like that or an exotic fish blow up on our lures. And you want to have a tendency to set prematurely. But when you're fishing with big lures and big treble baits, let the fish set itself. So the type of hook sets that you guys are seeing me do are sweep sets. Because once I feel the weight of the fish, I'm just sweeping and I'm letting the treble hook and the rod do the rest of the job. I'm not aggressively trying to set the hook. Doing that, you're gonna set yourself up for failure, especially if it's a nice fish. Trust me, these fish are aggressive enough that when they take your big lures, they're gonna take it. That's a big one. That is a big one. Holy smokes, that's a big fish. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. That is a nice one. That is a nice one. This is a nice peacock right here. This is a nice peacock right here. Holy smokes. Folks, this is a beautiful peacock bass, Everglades peacock bass right here. Look at this beauty. Solid fish, folks. As far as the outfits, because I know I've done a poor job in explaining to you guys the type of equipment that I'm using and the type of gear that I'm using. In this case, I'm using an oldie but a good one. This is a Savvy 703 on 17-pound mono. I've had this rod for years. I didn't have the right application for it until I started fishing for peacocks, and I just love this combination. It's a 3-powered rod. So it has some give to it, but when those big ones hit, I'm able to play the fish a lot better. And I mean, it's been the right combination on a Concept Z reel, 17-pound. I think this is big game, and this is a Yozuri prop bait. And as you guys can see, it's getting the job done. It's pretty fun. So that you guys understand, watching at home right now, I don't see the peacock. It's not that I'm targeting nesting peacock. I'm just targeting their habitat. I honestly can't see them. The only time I see them is when they're gonna come to blow up and they flare those colors. That's the only time I'm seeing these peacocks. I'm not pitching, as you guys can see, to nesting fish. What I'm doing is I'm covering large swaths of water and the peacocks happen to be there. There he is. Oh. I mean, folks, they hit these lures so hard and they mess them all up. Not the hardware, but they put the mono all over the hooks. It's a very violent strike, so fun, very aggressive. You know, you're gonna miss a lot of them, believe it or not, because of that aggression. They're gonna throw hooks and everything like that, so you gotta take your time when you do get those big blow-ups. There he is. That's a nice one. That is a nice one. That's a nice one. Holy smokes, that is a nice peacock, guys. Jeez. Oh. Whew. This is a big male. You can tell from the lump on the head. Beautiful fish, guys. Just destroyed that prop bait. Yo, that's another nice one. That's a nice one. Oh, man. Whew. This one's a male, because you can see the beginning part of his hump. That's what I was telling you guys about. So as you guys saw today, the peacock bite was unbelievable. An assortment of topwater baits, despite the wind, was working pretty well. Prop bait, jerk bait, spook type bait. The main thing is to watch the areas you're casting to. I mean, focus your attention on those rocky areas, on the flat rocky areas, and your chances of hooking up with a nice peacock is pretty good. Just pay attention to your habitat. Be patient. Work lure, different cadence, different speeds, and the peacocks will tell you what they want. So you just have to be patient. But guys, they're out here. But nonetheless, I appreciate you guys for watching the video. Share the video, like the video, better yet, subscribe. AEGuideservice.com if you guys want to enjoy the Everglades out here with me. Again, I appreciate you guys for supporting the site. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys again soon.